Today I want to talk to you about something very important. Now I know, I'm sure I don't need to tell you that life has been getting expensive lately. From our gas to our groceries, even our D&D books are getting more expensive. And all that the entities and companies around us are trying to do is just increase that number. So I thought today I would take a little bit of that pressure off and remove the burden of working a little overtime just to add a little bit more to your game by offering you some of my personal favorite free online resources for TTRPGs. What's up everyone, my name is Steven. This is Above the Table, where we like to talk about how to better run our games. Whether you're looking to work on your own personal homebrew publications or looking for more unique magic items, mechanics, monsters, spell effects, or generators of every kind, or even just adventure inspirations, I compiled a list of some of my favorite things to use to enhance my games that won't cost you a dime. Now this will be a general base level review of these tools, so if you would like to see a deeper dive into any of these specific tools, or how one could use any of them to fully create an encounter, a location, or even an entire adventure, let me know down in the comment section below. And if I show you even one free tool in this video that you didn't know of, and that you find useful, smack that subscribe button, as it helps the channel out a ton, and it is also absolutely free. Now without further ado, let's get into it. To kick things off, let's talk about some of the best tools out there for generating or finding content for your campaign. Whether you're after random encounters, interesting NPCs, or detailed loot lists, these resources can fill in those small details. The first resource is thethieveguild.cc. This site has an incredible selection of resources for D&D 5e, from unique items, custom spells, to random encounter tables. This site has plenty to offer without costing a cent. Maybe you want a detailed breakdown of Thieves' Cant, or a generator for riddles, tables of items or deities, or strongholds. Whatever you need, the Thieves Guild got you covered with all kinds of resources to be able to grab some things on the fly, or maybe even check some numericals on a stat or price. Secondly, for those times when you need a fully fleshed out town at a moment's notice, which I know is not the most common thing, but hey, sometimes people like to build with generators anyway. Eigengrau's generator. This generator builds towns complete with NPC, lore about specific details, information about the buildings. It goes beyond just generating names, and it gives you character backgrounds, relationships, even secrets for the town. This is great for dungeon masters who want their settings to still feel alive, but might not always have the time to manually create a town, or might not have one ready in time because of a change at the game. Or maybe even just you end up in a scenario where a town comes out of nowhere. This is great for something like that. Eigengrau's generator also leans into being able to customize the percentages of like different races and things you might find within the town when generating, so it keeps more of a focus on having something fully fleshed as opposed to just a bunch of names and places. Thirdly, we have Donjon, which is a powerhouse of a random generator and tool for RPGs. If you haven't heard of Donjon, you should, so let me tell you a little bit about it. It's a one-stop shop for world-building tools, from dungeon maps to random encounters, detailed NPCs, and treasure troves. Donjon isn't just limited to one edition or D&D altogether. It also includes RPG systems like Avatar Legends, Pathfinder, Blade Runner, and more. If you're running a campaign and find yourself needing quick inspiration or extra details to fill out many parts of your game world, Donjon has practically every generator you could imagine, so it's a wonderful place to look to. For number 4, any session that starts with a tavern, or just maybe you come across a tavern that needs some extra flavor, Here Be Taverns has your back. This site generates random taverns complete with names, patrons, a menu, and rumors. It's perfect for when your players decide to visit a tavern on a whim and you want to keep things fresh and engaging. There are even generators on the site for things like monster ideas, spell and ritual effects, landmarks, plot hooks, and more. Here Be Taverns is just another great tool for quickly pulling out some quality stuff when you need it at a moment's notice, or maybe you're strapped for inspiration but know what you might need. So we've covered some fantastic resources for generating ideas and content and inspiration for your campaign, but sometimes we need a bit more than descriptions or random tables. We need visuals to set the scene, and that's where map making tools come in. And here are my two favorite go-to tools for creating or resourcing custom maps for your games. For those who want simple style, basic maps, but need to be able to customize the layout, there's the Dungeon Scroll. Dungeon Scroll is a lightweight and easy to use mapping tool that's ideal for creating dungeon battle maps. The interface is super intuitive and it features all kinds of easy ways to sketch, resize, and label, whether you're a virtual tabletop GM or looking to print out maps in person, or even throw them down on a TV on the table like I do. Dungeon Scroll is an easy way to create easy, understandable, simple maps for your games. There's also even some different stamps and things you can throw down to symbolize things around the map and decorate these various areas. You can also export your creation in a range of formats. Plus, it's totally free to use. Now, if you're looking for a top-notch map-making tool, Incarnate is a fantastic choice. Now, I know, while the full usage of all assets on Incarnate is locked behind a subscription wall, you can't count out all the community-created maps. There are loads and loads of map creators that share their maps with other people, and some of them even make them so you can copy them and edit them yourself. Maybe you have a specific dungeon or a town that's very close to what's been designed before, so you want to take someone else's and tweak it to make it your own. You can do that here. Incarnate is a web-based software that allows you to create maps of regions, world maps, dungeons, really anything you can think of. Hell, people make all kinds of art even. Look at these. So whatever you're looking to make, with tons of texture, icons, assets, and customizable things, you can craft anything on Incarnate. And should you decide to subscribe and delve into making your own maps, the subscription only comes in at $24 a year, making it not only one of my personal cheapest subscriptions that I pay for, but also probably the most valuable for the price. Now, before the final section, let's dive into some powerful tools for organizing your campaign, whether it be your notes, your world building ideas, or your adventure plans. First off, we'll start off with Notion. Notion is kind of like an all-in-one workspace note-taking app on steroids. It allows you to organize your campaign notes, maps, character details, and session recaps, all with different templates and databases. Hell, you could be like me and make your own wiki for your campaign. It's perfect for DMs who want a highly customizable collaborative space where they can track every detail without too much fluff. And for our second productivity app, Obsidian, a markdown-based note-taking app, Obsidian shines with its unique graph view that links notes together for individual tracking of connections in complex worlds. It also has offline use, which makes it very popular for some. It functions very similarly to Notion, but it has some of its own unique features. People often argue back and forth between which of the two is better to use. I've messed around with both and enjoy both of them. For number 3, while not the most feature-rich thing to have without a subscription, World Anvil is specifically built for world builders. World Anvil offers tools for creating timelines, characters, and entire worlds with easy-to-organize articles for all of your different points of information. With templates for cities and factions and more, you can organize all of your rich setting information into one cohesive space. And the last productivity tool would have to be Legend Keeper. This tool combines mapping with world building. It lets you create interactive maps and link them to lore, NPCs, locations, and in one unified collaborative space. The visual approach is not only helpful for some, but it also makes it just nice for managing complex, layered game worlds and keeping track of adventure plots and where it all ties back to. So whether you're keeping things simple with Notion or diving deep into mapping with Legend Keeper, these tools can streamline your planning. Now let's talk about if you want to take things a step further with custom content creation. These resources are perfect for DMs who not only want to add a personal touch, from unique spells, items, to fully customized creatures and lore. They also lean into making your designs look more official in a polished and professional format that feels right at home in any TTRPG or D&D game. If you're like me and you love crafting custom content, Homebrewery is your go-to tool. It allows you to create custom D&D content that looks just like the official source books or other official books, giving you that professional edge. The editor uses a straightforward markdown format, making it easy to format your content into sleek, well-structured documents, whether you're creating custom spells, unique items, or even a new class. Homebrewery makes it look polished and cohesive. They have things like pre-made stat blocks, different heading sizes, the ability to number your pages, insert images on various different layers, and a whole lot more. Finally, let's talk about TetraCube's stat block generator. This is a free tool to create custom stat blocks for NPCs or monsters. It's straightforward and easy to use with drop downs for many of the tools and a giant bestiary to pull from with the SRD and some more sources. You're able to take existing monster ideas or stats and be able to tweak them for your own. This makes it even easier to make an official looking reskin of another creature, where you just pull the concept and the idea and maybe add a twist to it. Plus, as Dungeon Masters, we've looked at many stat blocks, and so being able to format a custom monster of our own in that same way and give us all of the same things to pull from, it makes it even easier to reference your custom monster in the middle of your games. And for some honorable mentions, first, Watercolors by Giant Soup. They offer a gallery of watercolor style stains and splattered designed for adding that decorative accent around images and different things in your publications, for your maps or handouts. Paired with things like Homebrewery, you can use this solid selection of page styles to create all kinds of custom looks. And another one that I almost didn't put on this list, because I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, have heard of it before, but that's Fantasy Name Generator. Now, Fantasy Name Generator offers hundreds of thousands of names from many things outside of tabletop. All pieces of media are represented here. Hell, even real life stuff, which can come in handy, especially if you're running a more modern game. Many people use this resource for all kinds of things, from NPCs, their own player characters. Hell, I've even used it before for naming my character in a video game. It has a lot of value even outside of TTRPGs. And before we wrap up, don't forget about something really important. Don't forget about the incredible community resources out there. Platforms like specific subreddits, Discord servers, and other TTRPG communities can be an absolute goldmine for inspiration, maps, homebrew monsters, and mechanics, even full adventure write-ups. If you're looking for feedback, fresh ideas, or ready-to-use content, these spaces are filled with talented professionals and creators just like me and you, who love to collaborate. A big part of the magic in the TTRPG community is actually on the back end. It's how we all come together to share and enhance each other's games. So don't hesitate to jump into one of these communities and see what you might find. And well, everyone, that just about wraps up today's video. Those are some of my top favorite free tools for dungeon masters who want to add some more depth or flavor and polish to their games, or even who just need something on the fly without costing you any cash. So go explore these tools, and let me know in the comments which ones are your favorites, or if you have any others to recommend to me that I can add to my list, please tell me in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and smack that subscribe button and bell notification, as over 95% of you watching are still not subscribed. And join in and follow along for more as we continue to better learn how to run our games. And if you're a DM getting ready for your next session, don't forget to check out this video so you can make sure to try to avoid some of the common Dungeon Master mistakes that we can make. And send this one to your players. Thanks guys, and we'll see you on the next one.